Shraddheya Santa Vrinda, dignitaries on the dais as well as on the audience, my brothers and sisters. Bhagavad Gita tells us, for any endeavor to be successful, we have to pay attention carefully to 5 aspects of any endeavor. Adhishthanam, tatha karta, karanam cha prathak vidam, vividhashcha prathak cheshta, daivam chaivatra pancham. Daiva is luck. We cannot do anything about it. Nobody can do anything about that. Luck follows the Purushartha. Luck follows your efforts. And therefore other 4 aspects are to be dealt with perfectly. The first thing is Adhisthana. What is the basic thought? What are the values? And keeping those in mind, what goal you have decided to achieve. That should never be forgotten. About that, quite elaborately, every speaker before me has spoken. So I need not elaborate on that aspect. Our values, which are universal values, presently called by the world as Hindu values. Those are the values which will lead into welfare of everything and everybody. Individual, society, human society, the environment, nature which we live in, and these 3 together will prosper together, progress together, and eventually reach the realization of absolute truth, that is Parameshwar. And to impart this goal, to provide it as a frame of reference from time to time for the world, is the duty of Hindu society and Hindu nation. Swamiji said that every nation has a duty to fulfill. When need for that thing arises, the nation also rises. It does its work. If that duty is fulfilled, then after that the nation subsides. This duty of providing this dharma to human beings is a duty which must be performed till the world exists. And therefore Hindu society also exists permanently till the world exists. All the spiritual wisdom, spiritual truths, it never lacked in our society. In all points of time, in all conditions of our society, we always had spiritual masters. We even have today. And common people, they are not scholars, they cannot elaborate, but they know. They know. It is common experience in Bharat. If you go by cycle rickshaw to some place, and you have to then pay the rickshaw driver. You pay him and he doesn't have change. So either you have to give him full 1 rupee note or you have to take back from him 8 annas. He will prefer that you keep your note. And he will say, चवन्नी की तो बात है, 4 आने की बात है, पैसा मुर्गी भी नहीं खा. He is a rickshawala, he is not a learned person, he doesn't know spirituality, but he knows that money is not everything. This awareness of the knowledge in his own terms, every individual in our society has. Then what went wrong? Why are we suffering from 1,000 years? We had everything. But we forgot to practice it. Every soul is Brahman, every Atman is Paramatma, and it is omnipresent. And at the same time, we told our society, you should not cross the seas, it is a papa. So we forgot to practice. And because we forgot these things, we also forgot to work together. I think even today, the Hindu society is the society which has largest number of meritorious persons in every aspect of life today. But they never come together, they never stay together, they never work together. Coming together of Hindus is itself a difficult thing. In the initial days of our work, RajaSekhar N, when our Karyakartas used to go and talk to Hindu eminences about organizing the Hindus, they used to say, शेर कभी झुंड में नहीं चलता. But even that lion, that Royal Bengal tiger, king of his own jungle, if he is alone, wild dogs together can invade and destroy. We forgot that. Yes, every one of us wants to make the world better. Sincere. We don't have any aspiration of dominance. You see, in our historical period, we had influences from Mexico to Siberia. Hindu empires were there. Those influences are still visible. And strangely, those influences are cherished by the local population. That never happens. No foreign influence is cherished by local people anywhere. But wherever we went, our memories are a matter of delight for the local people. Why that? Because this influence, our empires, anything, it was not a result of any conquest. It was not a result of colonization. It was not a result of acculturation. It was not a result of our supremacist period. These things we don't aspire for at all. We went with that oneness in our heart and we gave our best and we evolved everywhere best from the local places. So, we have that capacity. But for that, we have to work together. And therefore, this theme of today's 4th World Hindu Congress is very pertinent. It has come on the very opportune moment. Now, the situation all around is a mixed situation, but definitely I can say we have stopped our descent and now we are contemplating how to ascend. We are not a defeated society, we are not an enslaved society, we are not a downtrodden nation. Now, what our people cry for into wisdom? People are studying Vedas. People are studying Buddha. People are now in dire need of our ancient wisdom, which is at the same time a contemporary wisdom. The other day when I was speaking, one in the audience, he told me, you are over idealistic and your thoughts seem to be anti-modern. I told him, ideals is not a crime. You have to dream. If you stop dreaming, you cannot do anything. So over idealism, over optimism is always a quality, not an handicap. And secondly, you call me anti-modern. I call myself pro-future. Because at the same time, we are ancient as well as we are postmodern. What humanity will have to think 20 years after, we are thinking today. And we know this. So, we have to come together, stay together and work together. And the theme describes exactly that. The shloka is from Mahabharata. The situation of Pandavas at that time is just like the situation of Hindu society in modern period. And Bhima is very impatient. We must do something. We have to do it. Yudhishthira says, oh, stay quiet. Please think. Then tells, you see, Sumantrite, Suvikrante, Sukrute, Suvicharite. When you do all the things with these four attributes, then the fifth factor, luck, that start making pradakshanas, it automatically becomes in your favor. So that karana, that is methodology, karya paddhati, it is important. And it is different in every field. It is different in every country. It is different in every time. But the values are the same. We have to bear in these minds those values. And these are the values. In another episode of Valmiki Ramayana, when Hanumanji crossed the seas and reached Lanka, and he performed many difficult tasks during this travel, surpassed many difficulties. So, it is narrated in Valmiki Ramayana, Deva, Yaksha, Gandharva, Apsaras, the ocean himself, ocean god Samudra, they were delighted and they started praising Hanuman, saying that, O Hanuman, these four attributes which you have, if anybody has them like you, he will never fail in any task. Gautam goes, Dhritir, Drishtir, Matir, Daksha. Dhriti is patience. Try and again. Every time improving your effort. One day I will achieve. So you have tried and you have failed. You do not become frustrated. You don't enter despair mentality. You just take stock of this situation. What are the errors? You have to correct them and renew your effort next time in improved version. You don't have to react. Reaction doesn't breed correct things. And for Hindus, all their endeavors are sarvesham avirodhena. Hindus do not live to oppose anybody. they kill pests. But in traditional agriculture learned by Hindu society, the pesticides cannot be called pesticides because they do not kill pests, they only control pests. Hindus recognize even right of pests to live and make their life. Every ritual we have a sankalpa wherein we say Sarvesham avirodhena puja karma samadhi. At the start only we resolve that we are not going to oppose anyone. But there are people who may oppose us. What is like that? You cannot change the world. You can change yourself. So you have to have all the instruments, apparatuses, data, etc., control them. Without harming them, you have to take care they should not harm you. So we have to be equipped in every aspect of life. That is why everything was rightly pointed out by previous speakers. We have to think of economics. We have to think of politics. We don't have any aspiration in economic field. But to fulfill our spiritual aspiration, we have to have economic strength. That is why Upanishads tell us, avidya, if you follow avidya, you will go into darkness. If you follow only vidya, you will go into deeper darkness. That's what Upanishads tell. They tell, avidyaya mrityum tirtva vidyaya mritam ashnuti. By learning avidya, you conquer your fear of death. Oh, this disease cannot kill me. We have a world-class treatment at our club. I can treat myself there and be free of disease. That you must achieve through avidya. And by vidya, you should learn the secret of immortality. But to do this together, we need not merge with each other. We have to learn how to work together separately. Yes, there are so many people working in Hindu society now. We have honored just 4 of them. There are so many. And they want to work in their own way. So how can we do it? We can do it. First we have to know everybody. We don't know. Many of the Hindu society do not know that these things are happening. The World Hindu Congress, this event, is well known only in its opponents. Hindu society, they do not know this thing is happening. And that is why very easily the world scenario can frighten us. After 2006-07, our Swayamsevak started finding these people. And it is amazing. People from all walks of life, people from every stature of life, they do something for the society. Whether it is within their means or not, with the simple words, these are my people, I have to work for them, they do it. We had a millionaire family in Nagpur which distributed fruits in hospitals regularly, on time, with their own expense. 3 brothers, their families, their friends, they came together, took the fruits, purchased them and distributed on time to every hospital. Even doctors used to carry their clocks with them. We asked them, why do you do this? He said, my father, our father, his last message for us was, earn by 2 hands, distribute by 400 hands. You earn for whole of the humanity. So keep whatever is needed for you, bare minimum use you must be able to fulfill. You should not be counted in the poor of the world, but remember, you have to serve all the poor of the world. That is why we do. For 20 years they have been doing it. They have been doing it, but there was no mention in any newspaper. No, nobody in Nagpur knew that this happened. This happens daily. And then we found a primary teacher who had resigned from his job. Primary teacher in Bharat, very meager income, but he told his wife to work and for the family. She was also a primary teacher. But on the streets of Nagpur, if anybody he found to be a destitute, he used to call him and he used to care for him till the end. So some young children he adopted, and now they are earning, they are married, they have their own family. Till they were earning and they married, he saw to it that they prospered. And for some old people, he had to do everything, including their Shraddha also. Such a poor fellow, financially he was not that rich. So we asked him, why are you doing this? He said, I feel good if I do this for this. So many things are going on. First, we have to search in our respective countries, our respective fields. And those who are honestly doing something good for humanity or Hindu society, we have to enlist them. We have to come together. We have to keep them in our life contact without any expectation. We don't have to expect that they will work for the next World Hindu Congress. Definitely through our contacts we will increase our number. But all good people need not register themselves under one umbrella. Everybody should work in his own way, with his own organization, but keep a precaution that you should not collide with others, you should be complementary. When we walk on a street in Indian Bazaar, there is no rule. There is no rule. And people push one against other, and they know that there is no rule, there is no quarrel. It goes on. But when they walk in formation, they have to keep in mind 3 things. First thing is direction. Everybody in formation has to follow the same direction. There is one leading, he leads, and in his direction everybody should follow. Second is dressing. Everybody should be in line with others, those in front, those on the sides. And third thing is distance. Though they are walking in one formation, they are walking individually, they should not collide, they should keep distance also. They should see that stepping is the same. Left foot, front, simultaneous. Like that, we have to learn to work together separately. If we enlist all good-doing people or good-meaning people and we talk to them about this need of the other, need of the health, duty of the Hindu society, the Hinduness of every one of us. Hinduness doesn't mean any mode of worship or any subscribing to any god. Whatever you think about the absolute truth, see all the sampradayas, those arose from the Hindu society. society, that is the Bharatvarsha. They have many different darshanas and even opposing darshanas. But their starting point is the same. Diversity is a product of unity. We say unity in diversity, but actually it is diversities of unity. Whether that unity is living or whether it is matter or whether it is mind, whether it is energy, that differs. But all is one. That is one thing common for it. And after going through so many intricate and opposing darshanas, they come to the same conclusion. How to behave? That Upadesha is the same. That is the same. In Sanatan language, we call it Yama and Niyama. Those 10 things, 5 Yamas, 5 Niyamas, they are the regulators of daily conduct, of a family, of a leader, of society also. That is their religion. Some may call it Dharma, some may call it Dhamma. There is difference of pronunciation, not difference of meaning. So this oneness must be realized. And therefore, whatever we do, we have to discuss it with everyone else. Everyone must understand. Hindu society will progress, will prosper, and do its God-given duty only when it will work as a society. Some leaders, some governments, some parties, some organizations alone will not suffice. Such is the diversity and expanse of Hindu. Still they are one body, and therefore I have to take care that every cell of my body is attuned to what I want to do. I want to go ahead, and my brain says go ahead, and I start going ahead, but my legs disobey, will not go ahead. People say he is paralyzed. So we have to remove this, we have to have this live contact, and coming and going of messages, discussing everything, and we have to fill every heart with this good. That is Sumantri. It denotes two things. This team working. This team is not an exclusive team. It is ever expanding team. Ultimately, it will take into its confines whole of the unit. Because it is a unity. And another is Tanme Mana Shiva Sankalpamastu. For that we must know this addiction. And then Suvikrante. We talk of big things, but if we do nothing, nothing will happen. We have to start doing, then only something will happen. Agachan vainate yopi padam ekam na gachan. The ant walks continuously and can traverse miles together. Such a small ant, small legs, such a fragile creature. But it can traverse miles together. It can go from one village to other village. There is this powerful Garuda, but if he doesn't do anything, he cannot fly. The ant will surpass him someday. So first you have to do, and for that you have to have those qualities. Suvikrante. There is one Subhashita. Udyamam, Sahasam, Dhairyam, Buddhi, Shakti, Parakrama. Udyam. You have to be industrious. You have to start your endeavors in every field of life. Nothing is untouchable. Everything Hindus must have their endeavor in that, their contribution in that, their say in that. Hindu is a dharma. So what Mr. Anupam Kher was doing here here, he is a cinema actor. But cinema is part and parcel of British life. So we must have Hindutva there also. Otherwise it will go astray. Every feeling of life, every activity of life must be surcharged with this spirituality. With this spirituality. That is why Uddhamam, Sahasa, daring. Nothing can daunt us. Even daunting situations, we patiently wait and play our game when we have a slightest opportunity. There are many examples. Shri Krishna, he fought Jarasandha for 16 times and defeated him. And he found that Jarasandha had found a way to invade me 18th time, and this time I may lose. So he said, okay, Bhagwan Dao, we too will leave Mathura and we go. That is why he is called Rana Chodadas. But even that is a science of retreat. So he lured Jarasandha's armies, and in the Sahyadri mountain, he actually burned it in a forest, defeated it, and established Bharat. This strategy, that is Sahasa. Dhanya, for that patience is required. Buddhi, Shakti, Parakram. With these 6 qualities, if you proceed to do something, Shadente yatra vartante, tatra daiva sahaya. That automatically follows what you want to do. That is Suvikranti. Sukriti, again, with good intention and with a perfect methodology, with a very correct execution. Everything we have to do, it has got its own method. A small child, mother asked him to fetch some vegetables from the market. He was very enthusiastic. As soon as he heard mother's order, he rushed to the market, went to a vegetable vendor. Give me some vegetables. He said, okay, I will give you some vegetables, but what vegetables do you want? Oh, I forgot to ask mother. Give some more, everything. Okay, I will give you, but have you got money? Oh, I forgot money. Have you got the bag? Oh, I forgot the bag. So he went back. Mother told him, no, every time I tell you to do something, you have to take the bag, required money. Next day, mother asked him, bring some 1 liter of milk from the dairy. So he took the bag to the and asked the dairyman to give milk in that bag. So next time, mother told him, this is not done like this. You have to take a closed pot with some lid. You have to remove that lid, pour milk in, come back. The third day, his father said, go to the uncle. He was at some distance, you know, you wanted a cup to be reared in her house. He has got 1 cup. He will give you. He went with the pot, put the cup inside, closed the lid, and brought the dead body. You can extend this like anything. This story can go on. But it means that every task has got its own flow. So it should be done in that way. Politics should be fought like politics. Politics cannot be a dhyana class. There are many politics. The rule for the cricket, you have to play like that. Without changing yourself. When you participate in a drama, sometimes you become Ravana, sometimes you become Ram, but you always remain who you are. Suvicarite, well thought out. Don't think about anything in the whenever your mind is not at rest, it will teach you wrong things. Be very calm and think about it. These four things, they are the key values of working in any team. These are the key values of how you can become inclusive and eventually you can bring whole world in your team. Even you can include nature in your team. And that Yudhishthira has told Bhima to work in that way. That is why you find in Mahabharata, Yudhishthira at times he goes to background. Prominent are Bhima Arjuna. But Sri Krishna has never contradicted Yudhishthira. He has to at times Bhima, Draupadi, everybody by years. He had to tell 18 Adhyaya Gita to Arjuna. But when Yudhishthira said, I want to do this, Krishna said, okay, if this is your will, be it done. Yudhishthira never disobeyed whatever Krishna said. Krishna told him to speak something that was not, and he obeyed. Similarly, Krishna never contradicts Yudhishthira. Why? Sumantrite, Suvikrante, Suvicharite, Sukriti. So we have to work like that, and for that we have to change. Change starts from ourselves. We have to control our ego, because all contrary things to this arise from ego. And ego is a strange thing, its absence and its influence. Both they make all things bad. Absence of ego, you did not live in this world. You are gone. So controlled ego is a must. We will work together. There will be so many Hindu organizations, so many Hindu individuals. We are taking along everybody with us. Then we have to adjust our opinions, and that is the biggest ego. I think this should be done. I think this should not be done. You have heard the story from Aesop. Two goats, they faced each other on a narrow trail. And one of them bent on his knees and another jumped. Oh, very good. This is understanding. But someone should ask how it was decided who should bend his knees. That is where the tie comes. That is why in our tradition it is said, एक ने कही, दूसरे ने मानी, नानक कहे, दोनों ज्ञानी. Whatever is decided by consensus, okay, I am okay with it. I will work full-heartedly. I had that opinion, but now decision is made. When we discuss, I will put forth my opinion. I have got a particular opinion. Those who do not subscribe to that are not fools. They also have got their own experience, their own background. There are many angles. The Anekanta of Jaina tradition. Nobody can learn single-handedly 100% truth. You think from your perspective, yes, you are right, but other perspectives. Together, all perspectives plus something. That is good. That plus something, nobody can do. So, by managing these things, speed. If I can run fast, I will run fast. My ego prompts, you are a good runner. Go ahead, go ahead. But when I have to work with a team, I have to adjust my speed. I have to adjust myself with the lowest runner of my team. Then only the whole team proceeds. And as the lowest runner of my team, I have to try to achieve the highest speed. So that speed of the team will increase. The speed adjustment, the opinion adjustment. Now now we have to put into practice, because now we are in a position so that we can take everybody along and work together. The theoretical content or principal content of our purpose was explained by all previous speakers. I don't go into that philosophy. It is there, and by that philosophy we have to work. But how to work, that methodology is important. I think the organizers of the Congress have very aptly and timely have chosen this theme. The methodology of working. Good things will materialize if you methodically work on that. Please think on those lines for the rest of the days and progress will happen. Thank you very much.